Bro, tell me this ain't the quickest you've ever seen someone hit 900 score in a game of Call of Duty, bro. We just hit 100 there, pop this guy, hit 200 there, and this is where it just gets weird, bro. Look at that. 270, 400, 500, 700, bro. That's 900 score, bro. That was my counter UAV and UAV just sitting there. Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back here to the channel. Me Staycation again for another Call of Duty Black Ops 4 video. Now there's a lot I need to talk about with you guys today because there could be some big and serious upcoming changes making their way over to Black Ops 4 very soon. Now before we get into anything guys, I need you guys to do me a big favor. Go down the video right now, drop a like. Subscribe to the channel if you guys aren't already, because I actually found out that up to 50% of you guys who are watching my videos aren't subscribed already. So if you guys are enjoying my content and you guys come back to my channel on a regular basis anyways, you might as well hit that subscribe button because it'll save you some time and you guys will know when my videos come out. And if you want to go one step further, you go to also turn on those bell notifications and you guys will get notified as soon as the video drops. So that's going to do it in terms of everything on my agenda, and we're going to hop right into the content of what could possibly be changing in Black Ops 4 in the near future, okay? So this all starts off with a tweet that was released from Tony Flame, who is Activision's lead designer for Black Ops 4. So I'm going to throw this up on the screen for you guys so you guys can read it, and I'm going to follow along with you guys so we can better understand what's going to be changing in Black Ops 4. He starts off by saying, looking at some trends in my notifications. Yes, there will be a balance pass coming at weapons. This includes looks at unique population slices like hardcore and PC, each weapon class, attachments, etc. And then he says, some of you may be looking for just one word, snipers. No date set, WIP. So he throws a lot of information at us guys, and honestly some of it gets me pretty excited because I'm kind of just like, oh, finally this is going to be changing in Black Ops 4 and it's about time that some things get addressed. But I'm going to break it down piece by piece for you guys so you can better understand what's possibly going to be changing in Black Ops 4. Now, looking at the first part of his tweet, guys, he says, yes, there will be a balance pass coming at weapons, but then later on in the tweet, he also says, no date set. So this is not going to be released with the 1.12 update that is going to be coming on Tuesday. It's kind of disappointing, but at the end of the day, at least we're getting it and it's being addressed. So we don't know when it's going to be released, but we just know that it's not coming out with the 1.12 update. Moving on, he then says this includes looks at unique population slices like hardcore and PC. Now PC has their own set of issues because it's nothing like console in terms of the way you play, and then games like hardcore, which not a lot of people play, or like the majority of the Call of Duty population plays core game modes, but weapons don't always perform the same as they do in each game mode. So it's nice to see they're really addressing both sides of it, and it's hinting a direction that Black Ops 4 is coming to a more polished and finished type of model. Okay, so they're going to be addressing all of that. And then next up he says each weapon class and attachments. Okay, so this is the part that gets me really excited because now we know that weapons, buffs, and nerfs are going to be making their way to the game very soon. And there's honestly a few things that I want to address, and I'll talk about that later on in the video. But the fact that he said attachments too means they're diving into literally everything, guys. They're testing out each weapon, they're testing out each attachment combo with these weapons. So literally anything and everything under the sun that you guys could think of is going to be adjusted if need be. All right, so that's everything in terms of the tweet, guys, and everything that's been addressed and that we know of so far by Tony Flame. And now I'm gonna get into a couple things I want to talk about in terms of what could be changing, and I want to address the top 3 things I want buffed in terms of weapons in this game, and then the top 3 nerfs I want to come to this game. All right, so tuning into the top 3 weapons that I want buffed in this game, I'm gonna have to start it off with some of the submachine guns. All right, I've been saying it for quite a while now, and it's finally making change, and something is going to be done with it. So starting us off with the MX9, I want the MX9 to receive some sort of buff because at the end of the day, it's a pretty decent weapon and it's honestly pretty good in hardcore, but in core game modes, guys, it really does suffer. And like what could be such a great weapon and honestly is a lot of people's favorites just suffers because it doesn't stack up to other weapons in certain attributes when it's kind of just shafted to the side in the submachine gun category and seen as an overall weak weapon, to be honest. All right, so that's going to do it for the first weapon I want to receive a buff in this upcoming update when it does get released. The next weapon I also want to see get a buff is the GKS submachine gun. Okay, the GKS submachine gun is literally the ICR's baby brother, and it honestly is such a great weapon, especially in hardcore. To be honest, in hardcore it's one of the best weapons you can use, but then you take it into core game modes and it honestly is just like, it is the worst weapon in the game. I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but you can't do anything with this gun in core game modes. It has the slowest time to kill out of any weapon in the game, and it's honestly just a very not fun experience using the gun. So they need to add something to it. I don't care what it is, they just need to make it somewhat more of an enjoyable experience with the weapon so people can start using it again and really taking advantage of more than half the submachine gun category. Okay, so that's gonna do it for the first two weapons I feel need a buff in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. And the last weapon I feel that is going to receive a buff, because you guys saw later on in the tweet, he said some of you may be looking for just one word, snipers. I hope the Outlaw receives a buff in the sniper weapon category, guys. If there is one weapon that needs buffing in not the submachine gun, sorry, the snipers category, it is the Outlaw, because honestly trying to hit someone from the middle of the chest up into the head is pretty difficult. Like the chance of you hitting shoulder shots are very likely, so it makes it unpractical and almost useless weapon until it does receive a buff if you're trying to play consistent. So hopefully that is it, and honestly I do think it is going to be the sniper that does receive a buff. This gets me really excited. That's going to do it for the top 3 weapons I feel need a buff and hopefully do get a buff in this upcoming update. Okay, now we're going to move on to the top 3 things in this game I feel need a nerf, and oh, they make me cringe just thinking about them. And I'm gonna start off at number 1 with the Titan. Okay, the Titan LMG needs a nerf. This gun is absolutely overpowered still to this date. It already received a nerf back in the last update a while ago, and it really didn't do much. I mean, it's already taken a pretty big hit, but it still needs a bit more, because in terms of aim down sight times, you throw a quick draw on this thing, it's up there with the SMGs. That's just not like that's insane, guys. LMG up to par with aim down sight time of an SMG is just absurd. And then the fact that it has that and it's already such a powerful gun, you could literally use this thing as a shotgun, a submachine gun, an assault rifle, a sniper rifle, anything you want. You get the job done with it, and it needs some sort of barriers to what you could do with the weapon, because at this point it's just too strong. Moving on, the second thing I feel needs a buff in this game, and I really do hate to say it, it breaks my heart because it's honestly one of my favorite, if not my favorite weapon in this game, and that is the Spitfire. It does kind of need somewhat of a nerf. I mean, when I use this thing and I'm hitting my shots and I'm up close and personal with people, there's no stopping me. I mean, this gun shreds people, and if you're gonna get the upper hand at the beginning of a gunfight, there's no way the other person is winning when you're using the Spitfire. Now, the Spitfire honestly does have its barriers already. Like, the high recoil is very hard to control, and not all people can do it. So they might not touch it because of that. It's already got its barriers, and if you can really handle the weapon, then you can excel with it. So we'll see what they do with it, but at the end of the day, it is a very powerful weapon if you can control it. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to touch on in this video, guys, that needs a buff, like he said, he's not only looking at weapons, he's also looking at attachments. Okay, and one attachment I feel really needs a buff, because you would be amazed by the things I've experienced with this attachment, is FMJ. Okay, FMJ needs some sort of barriers. I understand it allows you to shoot through materials and really hit your target through the wall, but at the end of the day, I remember spawning on Nuketown, and as soon as I pop up, I have bullets flying out the other end of the house, almost hitting me as I spawn. I'm just like, this is literally insane. And the amount of little nicks of damage I take just standing behind walls or running through a house, and then one bullet flies through and hits me, and I'm like, holy smokes, this is literally insane. It's like we're just shooting through thin air. So this attachment, honestly, I feel needs some sort of nerf, if that's like choosing like which specific materials it could shoot through, because like concrete walls are one I feel like should just be a safe zone that you can hide behind. It like some sort of adjustment, they'll figure it out, but that once again is one attachment I feel needs a nerf in this game. So guys, that is gonna do it for everything in this video that I feel is gonna be changing in Black Ops 4, that I want to change in terms of the better, and that I want to change in terms of the worse. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Once again, it's not going to be released with the 1.12 update, but it is going to be coming out soonly after or before. Who knows? You never know. All we know that it's not coming out with the 1.12 update. But what is coming out with the 1.12 update, guys, we got playlist updates in the multiplayer game modes. We got balance changes coming to Blackout, and we ultimately got new features coming to Zombies. So once again, guys, that's going to do it for me here today at Staycation. If you guys liked today's video, please make sure you drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and turn on those notifications, guys. See you in the next one tomorrow. Peace out.